Callisto, I'm the big guy. You're the little guy. The big guy beats the little guy.
Welcome to WrestleMania season. Hey guys, and welcome to Wrestling Days. So Raw this week I thought was absolutely brilliant. First of all, it starts off with New Day going up against League of Nations. Now, they fought at Roadblock. It was Barrett and Sheamus. This time it is Del Rio and Rusev. Titles are on the line. New Day come out first, do a little mini promo just telling people that they can get the Bootios box if you buy a New Day t-shirt. The match itself was quite entertaining. This isn't a series or a feud that I want to see happen again and again and again. I was really hoping that we were done after Roadblock, and then when it was announced that there was going to be a rematch on Raw, I was kind of fearing that maybe the League of Nations would win the titles, and then that would build us towards a rematch at WrestleMania. That didn't happen either. What happened was the New Day won, and then after that there was this mental beatdown. It was pretty brutal. I can't remember if it was Xavier that they had hanging upside down, and they were like holding him up by his top, and then Del Rio does the jump where he stomps on the chest. But this was a brutal beatdown, and then they issued the challenge that I feared was going to come, and that was we want a shot at the titles at WrestleMania. I've got to be honest, if I was New Day, I would quite happily walk away with my Bootio cereal, go home, enjoy that, and just laugh at how pathetic the League of Nations are. They've had the chance at Roadblock, failed. Had their chance on Raw with different members of the team, failed, and now they're going to ask for a third chance. Jog on. Next we had Dean Ambrose, who obviously came out and said that he fell short. I was really frustrated at this because when they showed the clip of him and his legs under the ropes, for me that red line wasn't under the ropes. Like, you've got the ropes here and you've got the red line, it was about here, and then his foot was just over it, and it's like, oh, hang on, no, that's not right. You've basically just drawn a red line in the middle of the ring. So I was disappointed that the footage they showed us certainly didn't convince me. And then also the fact that they've clearly said to Ambrose, look, you're moving on from that now, yeah, focus on the Beast. So he's just come out and gone, yeah, came up short, you know, but ask Hunter. Hunter's not feeling brilliant today. He felt my full wrath and all this kind of stuff. Fast forward half an hour, Hunter's walking out and cutting a promo as if, you know, nothing's happened. Ambrose came out, cut a really good promo, and then Brock and Heyman came out. Brock just looks like, what am I in this feud for? And in all fairness, we're all sat there going, what are they in this feud for? You know, they've taken their two hottest baby faces, if you could call Brock a baby face, but they've taken the two most over guys and put them in the same match. Now on paper that sounds fantastic, but who do the fans choose? You know, you've got the legitimate force that is Brock Lesnar going up against the most over man in the WWE, Dean Ambrose, and you want the fans to choose. And all of this is not for any prize whatsoever. There's no title on the line. There's no streaks on the line. The winner doesn't get into the main event. No one is winning in this feud. I think they did, you know, to get a little bit of heat. I mean, obviously Brock goes towards the ring. Heyman's like, let's go. Brock's not having it. Goes down to the ring. Ambrose pulls out a crowbar, and you think, well, you know, at least there might be another brutal beatdown here. Nothing happens. They both just walk off. You know, Brock thinks about it and then goes. So yeah, I feel sorry for both of these talents. They, do I want to say deserve better? Maybe not better than facing each other, but certainly a better storyline. Really sad news next. We've already touched upon it. You know, really, you don't like to see it happen, but out he came. Ryback issuing a challenge for WrestleMania, and I think all of our hearts broke a little bit at that point. You know, I honestly thought he was going to come out and face Kalisto. He didn't. He comes out and fights Sin Cara, because I thought we might dodge the bullet. He fights Sin Cara, he beats Sin Cara, and then he issues the challenge after. Thankfully, it was a short match, short promo afterwards, and he still did his stupid, I'm the big guy always wins, and it's just like, have you never seen Rey Mysterio, Ryback? Have you ever watched Lucha Underground? And it's like, this is frustrating. I don't want to dwell on it too much. It's going to be on the card, and I don't think there's a great deal we can really do about it unless we just keep everything crossed that it turns into a multi-man event. But I don't see it happening now. Triple H came out next. And was cutting a promo, really good promo actually, a typical authority promo, but it's like, you guys live in hope, you hope that you can one day do better than this, and you're working for an authority that you don't respect. And he pointed out some guys in the crowd, and he was like, you guys, you can tell that you all just sit around and slag off your bosses and all that kind of stuff. And then Dolph came out, in a suit, and came out with like a pink shirt and everything, and it looked as though he had something serious to say. Looked as though he'd got himself dressed up, and there was a reason for this. And there wasn't really too much of a reason. He just came out and went, look, I know my place, and I'm not scared of being fired. I like this Dolph. This does go back to the 2014 Survivor Series Dolph, which is really, for me, one of the pinnacles of his career. I'm really interested in this. We'll talk about what goes down later in Raw. Obviously, he ends up in a match with Triple H, ends up losing a match to Triple H, but then who doesn't these days? And the promise was that had he beaten Triple H, he could have inserted himself into any match. I can't say I was surprised to see him lose later on in the evening, but I was very disappointed because this felt again like a fantastic starting point. I was on board with it, and I don't think this storyline's done. Last week, it was Dolph against League of Nations. This week it's Dolph going up against the champion. What will next week be? Dolph coming out to help Shane? Next we had Zayn against Miz, Sami Zayn. Absolutely brilliant. He did this moonsault on the outside that was just, blew me away. Loads of action in the ring. In fact, JBL, even at one point when Sami Zayn's got all the flips and the flops, and you kind of sit there and you go, why is JBL on commentary? And why is Byron Saxton on commentary? And why is Michael Cole on commentary? Why are any of these people on commentary? Because they don't do anything to further these storylines. KO was actually sat on commentary at this point, and I thought he did a decent job. He tries to interfere, doesn't do a great job of it, and Sami Zayn picks up the win. I think this is the one that's building towards the multi-man event, but watch this space. Next we had the Divas. We had Alicia and Brie going up against Naomi and Tamina. Naomi and Tamina win, and Naomi was like legitimately really pleased about it, which I couldn't get my head around because I think, why? I mean, brilliant, you've got a win, I'm sure that's great, but you should be getting booked better, Naomi, than picking up a pointless tag team match, Divas tag team match. Certainly when there's not even a Divas tag team title to be gunning towards. There was a backstage segment not long after this, and I'm just wondering if we'll have a 3-on-3 at Mania, maybe a pre-show match of Paige, Brie and Alicia Fox on the one side, going up against Lana, Naomi and Tamina. Be a good way of getting them all onto the card. They deserve to be on the card. Great little backstage segment next where we got Mick Foley, and I thought they used Foley well. He appears and gives a present over to Ambrose. He calls it the passing of the torch. Ambrose, it's nicely wrapped as well, so good work, Foley. Ambrose pulls out this baseball bat and it's got barbed wire all over it. And I've got to be honest, looking at Ambrose staring at this baseball bat with barbed wire, you just go, yes, this is absolutely brilliant. That just suits him to a T. Next we had the match I was talking about, Triple H against Ziggler. Just a really good match. And Raw all up to this point, as you can tell, has got so much going on. And this match, didn't need to happen. They could have just had Triple H come out and then get interrupted by Roman Reigns during his promo, so they didn't have to insert Dolph, which is why I think that it's worth watching Dolph at the moment, because it's leading somewhere. But equally, Dolph didn't have to lose. This wasn't for the title. Reigns could have interfered, and in fact when he finally does come out after the match, and before we move on, Dolph loses clean, which is frustrating, but when he does come out, part of me was just thinking, well, you're too late, aren't you? You know, you had this great moment to come out and help Dolph, and you haven't done it. I would like to have seen Steph get involved, Reigns come out, Dolph picks up the victory. I'm not going to slate it too much though until we see where this is leading, because as I said, it's got to be leading somewhere. The beatdown though that Reigns gives to Triple H was fantastic, and a big shout out to Jack Swagger, who got a chance to appear on Raw in the backstage part of this beatdown as he was trying to calm Roman Reigns down. I mean, that's a big week for Jack Swagger, you know, appearing at Roadblock and now appearing on Raw, albeit granted he wasn't in a match. But hey, I'm pretty sure Jack Swagger will take whatever he can get these days. But the beatdown was really, really impressive. I really enjoyed it. Reigns comes out not through the crowd, but from the stage, and he looked mean. He looked really mean. He didn't cut any stupid promos. He wasn't quoting any Looney Tunes. He just walked down to the ring, face like thunder, and just started paling away. It was absolutely brilliant. It's not going to be enough to save the main event. This is still going to be 1 versus 100,000 at WrestleMania. And in fact, the boos were very, very loud during this segment. The universe aren't on board. But hey, look, it is what it is. And as a segment, I enjoyed this. Jacqueline goes into the Hall of Fame. Really pleased for her. She does deserve it. It's just frustrating about Davey Boy, you know, in Heart, and Demolition, and you know, some of those acts that and performers that maybe that you might think of first, but she definitely deserves to go in. Next we had Jericho, and I've got to be honest, I was thinking of doing this video earlier in the day, and I'm glad I didn't, because I've seen the footage now of Neville. That is rough. Apparently he's broken his ankle, and you can see him going over on it when he does the baseball slide under Jericho's legs. Gutted. I mean, my criticism of this was that the match ended very abruptly, and I put that down to the fact they were running out of time. I missed it. I didn't see Neville pick up the injury, and apparently it was very soon after that. You know, fair play to Jericho. If that's not how this was meant to go down, you know, that is veteran, isn't it? That is veteran. Issue, bang, I'm going to push the ref. DQ, match over, get the boy some help. AJ Styles comes out after that match, and I was disappointed with this, with all the great beatdowns we'd seen. AJ Styles goes on the top rope, forearm smash to Jericho, and then just kind of stands there, just like, we're going to commercial now, or I don't want to see AJ Styles go mental. And that brought us nicely to the main event. Undertaker, Vince, Shane. We've overrun on Raw by this point already. As I said, it's been an action-packed show. and Shane then comes out and cuts just a really rubbish promo. He's tripping over his words. He's face-to-face with The Undertaker. And he goes, look, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania. And I swear I thought at this point he was going to go, because this guy's going to do it instead. He didn't. He went, well, this is what's going to happen. This is how I'm going to beat you. At WrestleMania, I'm going to miss you. And then you're going to miss me. And then I'm going to use my body as a weapon. And you know I can use my body as a weapon. And I've got heart. And I've got... and I swear, I thought he was going into like some kind of Wizard of Oz speech now. Because I've got bravery like a lion. And I've got courage. And I've got... Oh, it's like, oh, just stop, man. You're embarrassing yourself. And then even the beatdown, you know, the punches he was throwing. And then even the beatdown after, it was like a 5-year-old having a temper tantrum. There was a few elements in this they didn't need to do, like they were teasing that Undertaker doesn't listen to Vince. You know, he took his coat off when Vince was going, look, last week you put your hands on me, don't do that again. Out off comes the coat. Vince going, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You know, Undertaker doing the kind of a thing to Vince at the very end of the broadcast. This is an interesting dynamic. It's very fluid, but unfortunately this segment didn't really push things further along enough for me. And I've got to be honest, I'm cooling on it a bit because, you know, if Shane can't cut a promo, can he run Raw? You know, I'm not getting the confidence that this guy is the cool cucumber we saw week 1 when he came out. So, but overall, really strong Raw, loads of stuff to talk about, and yeah, you know, I'm excited for WrestleMania again, so certainly ticks a box there for me. Cool, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at Wrestling Days UK. If you haven't already, then it'd be wicked if you could subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, bye.